Let's talk about clear learning objectives. My guess is for most of you, if I say clear learning objectives, you think about two things. We've taught you to think this way. When I say CLO, you think about the what and the how. And both concepts are very important. However, today I want to add a secret ingredient, part of my secret sauce of teaching, something that can transform your objective discussions into powerful motivational opportunities. Today, I want to talk not about what or how, but about why. You may be interested to know that I spent a lot of time studying neuroscience. So much so that a few years back, I was privileged to develop a course based on neuro-linguistic principles with a woman named Barbara Oakley, who has the largest online course ever made. In fact, if you need a little bit of professional development, I recommend her course found on the Coursera platform. It's called Learning How to Learn. It's brilliant. Among the many principles I loved while studying neuroscience was the importance of reaching students by engaging their limbic system. Now, the limbic system refers to that part of the brain that is more in line with powerful emotions and triggers. It is triggered by sensorial experiences like smell or taste or touch. It is also triggered by storytelling and a way of speaking called warm language that I will explain in later videos. It is the limbic system that is most often associated with what we understand as motivation. So, if you're following me, you'll understand that reaching the limbic system is vital to success in your classroom. Think of it as the pot of gold at the end of the student rainbow. One of the easiest ways you can reach that pot of gold is by starting to communicate purpose to students. You know, the reasons we do things, what I call adding a why to your what and how. Now let me briefly tell you how to do this. Imagine an objective in any field, such as, understanding the Pythagorean theorem. There are obviously several reasons that you can give your students about why you want them to learn it, even if the objective is something abstract or impractical. Pythagorean theorem? Useless! No, it isn't. You're a teacher, and you have to know better than that. First, you can always explain a general purpose. For example, you can state to students that the reason you are showing them how to do something, like the Pythagorean theorem, is to help them to develop better critical thinking skills, or to learn how to do hard things, figure things out, and if they figure out hard things, in the long run, they will be equipped for the future, no matter what the future brings. That is always valuable. Second, you could also tell them that the objective has very specific purposes, such as how an objective relates to a job or job skill. The Pythagorean theorem, by the way, is used in construction, architecture, and even in oceanic or outer space navigation. Now, if you are looking for a specific purpose closer to home, something students can more easily relate to, you can always explain that your objective will be on an upcoming test, maybe on the ACT, or useful in a future class. There are dozens of specific purposes you can choose from. Okay, third, you can always link an objective to fun. When something appears impractical, don't shy away from the idea that you yourself dig this stuff. You can always use the phrase, "I love this because." You see, a good objective discussion turns you into the ultimate salesman, helping to prepare students' brains and hearts to want to learn. Nothing motivates kids more than seeing a teacher that clearly understands the value of what is being taught. And if you don't convey your interest and what students get out of it, just don't be surprised if students are less than thrilled themselves at your instruction. In the end, teachers that explain the why of learning allow students to buy into their classrooms. in a unique and powerful way. As I have traveled the world and seen the best teachers in action, I can tell you very clearly that the best teachers have a secret sauce that makes them awesome. And much of that is found in how much time they spend thinking and how much time they spend conveying why in everything they do. Please check out the handout that gives you some very, very simple sentence starters that allow you to begin every lesson plan and every objective discussion with a why. You'll also see a small history workbook. I wrote it as a homeschool dad, and it has a why attached to each lesson. Man, did it help my kids love history. Finally, motivational speaker Simon Sinek explains why better than anyone on the planet. I dare you not to be inspired by him. Teachers, I recommend all these resources to you. And yes, you can even watch and read these resources provided in the links below for your PD hours. A potential 4 hours of PD. How is that for a practical why? Go Patriots.